Okay. So slide 1 is going to give you an introduction. Those introductions generally are going to tell us about that unit activity that's coming up. So let's go ahead, and we don't generally have some information that we need to put into our guided notes from this, but it's a good background. Voices should be off.
Nancy's math homework includes a question about a point on the coordinate plane. Nancy has to mark the point h, -2, 4 on the coordinate plane, and then reflect the point across the x-axis. Nancy correctly marks the position of point h on the graph. She knows a method of reflecting points by folding the graph paper along the reflection axis. But she doesn't like this method because it creases the graph and doesn't tell her the coordinates of the reflection. Nancy wonders if there's an easier way to find the reflection of a point. In this lesson, you'll learn to mark points on the coordinate plane. You'll also learn a method for reflecting points across the axes without folding the graph paper.
Okay, so what they're basically saying is this is the point that she had to mark, and we see the point, and then she has to reflect the point along the axes, and it's the, which axes does it say? The reflection axis. So if it's going to be the y, you would fold right at the y, and then wherever that h touched over here, that would be your reflection. If you're folding against the x-axis or across the x-axis, you'd fold at the x, and then wherever that h touched would be the reflection. But we're going to be learning an easier way to do that without having to fold paper and basically just changing those points, okay? Slide 2, explaining the coordinate plane.
Exploring the coordinate
Exploring
plane.
it, or explaining
To
it.
plot points correctly on a graph, you need to understand the coordinate plane. The coordinate plane has two intersecting number lines, one horizontal and one vertical. Recall that a horizontal number line has the number 0 at the center with positive numbers to the right of 0 and negative numbers to the left of 0. A vertical number line has 0 at the center with positive numbers above 0 and negative numbers below 0. The horizontal number line on the coordinate plane is called the x-axis, and the vertical number line is called the y-axis. The two axes intersect each other at the origin, as shown. The x-axis and the y-axis divide the coordinate plane into 4 quadrants. The 4 quadrants are identified with the Roman numerals 1, 2, 3, and 4. The quadrants are numbered in a counterclockwise sequence, starting from quadrant 1, which is the upper right quadrant. As you can see in the image, each quadrant is bounded by the x-axis and the y-axis.
Okay, so you have lots of things to fill in on your guided notes right now. So go ahead and get...
The first number, x, marks a position on the horizontal number line, the x-axis. And the second number, y, marks a position on the vertical number line, the y-axis. Coordinate points are always marked with reference to the origin on the coordinate plane. The position of the origin is represented as 0, 0, because its x and y coordinates are both 0. The signs of the x and y coordinates are different in each quadrant. In other words, the signs of the x-coordinate and the y-coordinate of a point depend on the quadrant in which the point lies. This table shows the signs of the x and y coordinates in the 4 quadrants. Watch the video about the coordinate plane on the next screen.